Hello friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name is Amy. I'm an ordained minister and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIF. We are in Numbers chapter 27, and we're going to do the whole chapter here. So this heading is Zelophehad. It's a name. Zelophhad. Daughters. So this guy's daughters. The daughters of Zelophehad, son of Hefer, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, belong to the clans of Manasseh, sons of Joseph. The names of the daughters were Mahlah, M-A-H-L-A-H, Noah, Hoglah, H-O-G-L-A-H, Milcah, M-I-L-C-A-H, and Tirzah, T-I-R-Z-A-H, Tirzah. They approached the entrance to the tent of meeting and stood before Moses. Eleazar the priest, the leaders, and the whole assembly said, our father died in the desert. He was not among Korah's followers who banded together against the Lord, but he died for his own sin and left no sons. Why should our father's name disappear from his clan because he had no son? Give us property among our father's relatives. Okay. So Moses brought their case before the Lord, and the Lord said to him, what Zelophehad's daughters are saying is right. You must certainly give them property as inheritance among their father's relatives and turn their father's inheritance over to him. Say to the Israelites, if a man dies and leaves no son, turn his inheritance over to his daughter. If he has no daughter, give his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, give his inheritance to his father's brothers. If his father has had no brothers, give his inheritance to his nearest relative in his clan, that he may possess it. This is to be a legal requirement for the Israelites, the Lord commanded Moses. So, look at that. Women could own property. Joshua to succeed Moses. Then the Lord said to Moses, go up this mountain in the Abarim, A-B-A-R-I-M range, and see the land I have given to the Israelites. After you have seen it, you too will be gathered to your people as your brother Aaron was. For when the community rebelled at the waters in the desert of Zin, both of you disobeyed my command to honor me as holy before their eyes. These were the waters of Meribah Kadesh and the desert of Zin. So this is when they claimed God's work of putting water, having water flowing from a stone. Okay. Moses said to the Lord, may the Lord, the God of the spirits of all mankind, appoint a man over this community to go out and come in before them, one who will lead them out and bring them in, so that the Lord's people will not be like sheep without a shepherd. So who's going to succeed me? So the Lord said to Moses, take Joshua, son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and this gives a B, or Spirit, and lay your hands on him, have him stand before Eleazar the priest and the entire assembly, and commission him in their presence. Give him some of your authority so that the whole Israelite community will obey him. He is to stand before Eleazar the priest, who will obtain decisions for him by inquiring of the Urim before the Lord. At his command, he and the entire community of the Israelites will go out, and at his command, they will come in. Okay, so we'll get into that Urim in a minute. Moses did as the Lord commanded him. He took Joshua and had him stand before Eleazar the priest and the whole assembly. Then he laid his hands on him laid his hands on him and commissioned him as the Lord instructed through Moses. Urim and Thummim. If you actually look at them and go, dig in Chabad.org, CHABAD.org, gives you lots of information about the Torah, and you start digging in there, and a whole bunch of other stuff. You can learn Hebrew, all kinds of stuff on there. It's real good to know about this Old Testament things. The Urim and the Thummim were stones equally placed that hung over the heart of the priest, and one of them had a downward triangle, the other one had an upward triangle. And if you put those two things over each other, you get the Star of David, and the glyph that is the Star of David, because that symbol, you can actually place all of the Hebrew language within two stars of David, also known as the Tree of Life, if you had all the missing points on it. Until the next video, friends. Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. We are in Bible study video 2. Yep, we are in the Niv. Yeah, and through next year, too. But we will also start comparison language next year. So, yay for those people who've been frustrated. We are in the book of Luke, in chapter 2. We are going to be doing verses 33 to 52, I think. Yeah, 52, to the end of the chapter. So let's jump in. We just had the birth of our Lord and Savior and him being presented to the temple and Simon proclaiming that he is the Messiah. So verse 33. The child's father and mother marveled at what was said about him. Then Simon blessed them and said to Mary, his mother, "This child is destined to cause the falling and rising of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be spoken against, so that the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed, and a sword will pierce your own soul too." Oh, yeah, I mean, like, no parent ever wants to see the death of their own child. Absolutely. That pierces the soul. I mean, how could it not? The death of any child should pierce the soul of every person in existence. I mean, because you're talking about innocence. And Jesus, right, absolutely innocent. Literally not even blaspheming, actually doing what he was supposed to be doing here. There was also a prophetess, Anna, the daughter of Phanuel, of the tribe of Asher. She was very old. She had lived with her husband 7 years after her marriage, and then was a widow until she was 84. Or a widow for 84 years. She never left the temple, but worshipped night and day, fasting and praying. Coming to them at that very moment, she gave thanks to God and spoke about the child to all who were looking forward to the redemption of Jerusalem. When Joseph and Mary had done everything required by the law of the Lord, they returned to Galilee, to their own town of Nazareth. And the child grew and became strong, and he was filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. It's beautiful. All right, all amazed. I am often, Anna, the prophetess Anna, is often like one of those biblical people for me to look at as an example. I too spend a good portion of my day minimally in conversation with Creator, but in study or in focus. The boy Jesus at the temple. Verse 41. Every year his parents went to Jerusalem for the feast of the Passover. Of course. When he was 12 years old, they went up to the feast according to the custom. After the feast was over, while his parents were returning home, the boy Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem, but they were unaware of it. So, a little, what is that, Home Alone going on thing. Thinking he was in their company, they traveled on for a day. Now, I know it could seem pretty, judgmental, but you're really talking about a caravan of stuff, and it wouldn't be unusual for the kids to say, want to all camp together. You're talking about on foot, sort of like, so you could think somebody else has them. But yeah, should they have gone and checked? Yeah, they're new parents, though. Like, come on. I know he's 12 at this point, but still, think about how much, if you were the parents of Jesus, how much would you just, of course he's where he's supposed to be doing what he's supposed to be doing. Isn't that what we all have faith in right now? That's what he is? Because he's a man of his word. Verse 44. Thinking he was in their company, they traveled on for a day. Then they began to look for him among their relatives and friends. See, the caravan kind of thing. When they did not find him, they went back to Jerusalem to look for him. And I'm pretty sure they would not then have been in the best of moods, as the rest of us would not have either. After 3 days, they found him in the temple courts, sitting amongst the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. Now, I'm going to say, why did it take them 3 days to check the temple courts? If you were the parents of Jesus, where would you check first? Okay. But all right. They found him, though, right? And he was safe, so it's what matters. Everyone who heard him was amazed at his understanding and his answers. When his parents saw him, they were astonished. His mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us like this? Your father and I have been anxiously searching for you." "Why are you searching for me?" he asked. "Didn't you know that I had to be in my father's house?" But they did not understand what he was saying to them. Then he went down to Nazareth with them and was obedient to them. So he became a good son again. But his mother treasured all these things in her heart. Ooh. And Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and in the favor with God and men. So, she encouraged him to keep up with his teachings and his gospels and these things. She has her own immaculate heart. Right? It is her unconditional love and acceptance of God and his faithfulness to her, that he wouldn't ask her to do anything that would lead to something that isn't ultimately for her good, that she agreed to carry the Messiah at all. So, of course, she's going to encourage him to, be who God has said he's supposed to be. Loving parents don't try to squash the light and joy in their children. That's just, it's not really how that works, right? Everything must be done from a space of love and giving. So, until a few minutes from now, friends, we're going to begin and end a whole new book of the New Testament, and the very last part before we get to Revelations tomorrow. But right now, we're going to be in the book of Jude. See you over there. Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name is Amy, and I'm an ordained minister. We are in Bible study. We are in Psalms book 2. We are in Psalm 61 for the director of music with stringed instruments of David. Hear my cry, O God. listen to my prayer. From the ends of the earth I call to you. I call as my heart grows faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For you have been my refuge, a strong tower against the foe. I long to dwell in your tent forever and take refuge in the shelter of your wings. Selah. For you have heard my vows, O God. You have given me the heritage of those who fear your name. Increase the days of the king's life, his years for many generations. May he be enthroned in God's presence forever. Appoint your love and faithfulness to protect him. Then I will ever sing the praises of your name and fulfill my vows day after day. Till the next video, friends.